SWAT team, and then I knew something was actually happening.
One man dead, another in custody after a shooting at a business in Wilsonville. Investigators say a 25-year-old man shot and killed a former co-worker and then ran away. This is KOIN 6 News at 4 o'clock. I'm Jennifer Hoff.
And I'm Dan Tilkin. The suspect, Camilo Santiago, is now facing a murder charge and being a felon in possession of a weapon.
We have team coverage from both Woodburn, where the suspect was arrested, and Wilsonville, where that shooting again happened. Let's start with our Lisa Balick live in Wilsonville tonight. Lisa?
Well, I learned this afternoon that this was a work dispute here at the Heritage Specialty Foods plant. This is right by I-5 Southwest Boberg Road in Wilsonville. The gunman, I've learned, was a former employee who was recently fired. 911 calls came in just before 8:30 this morning that an employee had been shot. Workers said a man walked into the business and fired a handgun at one person in an office. The man who died, Carl Hellinger, 36 years old, a manager at the company. There were about 20 workers in the food manufacturing company at the time. The suspect, Camilo Santiago of Woodburn, fled in his vehicle. Police had a description, and a Marion County deputy spotted the vehicle in a Woodburn neighborhood and arrested him. Clackamas County Sheriff's deputies tell me he had a pistol in his waistband when he was taken into custody, and they found 2 other guns in his vehicle. I talked with businesses across the street where some of the Heritage Specialty Food employees went after the shooting.
The employees didn't tell us anything. They were all pretty much in shock. There was a lot of emotions going on, the tears, and they were just pretty quiet for the most part, just in total shock.
The workers were taken by bus for interviews as part of the investigation. The plant closed for the rest of the day. Heritage Specialty Foods sent out a statement which says, in part, the news of this senseless violence comes as a shock to all of us. We ask for the community's prayers and support for survivors and all of our team members during this time. Now, investigators have been here all day long processing the crime scene, and they are still here at this hour. Live in Wilsonville, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
And there are more pieces to this. Following the shooting at Heritage Specialty Foods in Wilsonville, authorities from both Clackamas and Marion counties teamed up to track the suspect down. They found out he traveled south on I-5, getting off at the Woodburn Outlets exit, ending up in a neighborhood cul-de-sac on Woodville Street in Woodburn. That's where we continue our team coverage.
Let's switch to our Amy Frazier, who's live in Woodburn tonight, where that suspect then barricaded himself in his car before finally surrendering. Amy has more on that.
Yeah, neighbors here say they've never seen anything like it. Take a look. They say suddenly dozens of police started filling this normally quiet cul-de-sac. They had the suspect surrounded in the red car that you still see out here, but he refused to get out of his car. The standoff on Woodland Avenue started at about 8:50. One neighbor tells us she knew something was up when she heard just a ton of sirens. She watched from her window as the suspect slowly drove past her house in the red car, ending up in the cul-de-sac. During the standoff, SWAT armored vehicles surrounded and pinned in the suspect's car. The standoff lasted about 40 minutes. Camilo Santiago surrendered at 9:30 this morning.
I saw them handcuff him and they put him in the car right outside my house. I saw that and I wanted to take a picture, but I was too afraid to come out of the house, so I didn't.
The suspect does live in Woodburn, but in a different part of town on the east side of I-5, about 3 miles from where he was caught. This afternoon, investigators were outside his apartment off of North Front Street, waiting for a warrant to search his apartment. Neighbors didn't seem to know much about him. They do say there are often a lot of people at the unit. We also did a criminal background check. In 2018, the suspect was convicted of unlawful use of a weapon. Back here live, investigators remain in the neighborhood along with the suspect's car, which we're told they're waiting to process. We'll keep you posted as we continue to learn more about this case. Reporting live in Woodburn, Amy Frazier, KOIN 6 News.